Yeah, because like they be judging, and we ain't got time for that. You feel me? How can you be holy and you judge? You're not supposed to be judging. It said in the Bible, judgment is reserved for the Creator, or you know, the one that has the divine authority, right? Exactly. So they shouldn't be judging. Now, for those who don't judge, for those who actually follow the faith, because in that book it's a lot of spells, a lot of spells. English is a language full of spells. It's all spell work. Actually, language itself is, I want to say, full of spells. Pretty much. You say anything out your mouth, you are creating with the universe. You are. No matter what language that you are in, you still have the power to change situations or affect other things or affect life just by speaking. If you can say something out your mouth and get somebody's attention, now your words just had power. So it don't matter what language that you in. It just matters if you are using your whatever it is, using your abilities in order to, I want to say, help provide positive outcomes. Everything that you do has a reaction, and everything that you do is accounted for. You determine where it's going to have effect at. You determine also of what reaction that you're going to get. See, a lot of us talking about fifth dimensional beings or whatever, we just know that life has been way more than what they wanted us to think it is. They forced Christianity onto us. In the 1800s, a lot of us black people, we are really indigenous beings. A lot of us belong to a whole bunch of different tribes of what they would like to call Native American. But we're not Native American, we're indigenous. We are the original beings. A lot of them white ones, a lot of them light ones or whatever. Like, yo, we already know. A lot of them are, I want to say, like mixed breeds, to be honest. And when I say mixed breeds, I'm talking about the gene is not as strong. There's obviously something else in that gene to make them light like that. And then they populate amongst each other. So now the gene is going to keep coming out in that lack of color or lack of pigment. Nevertheless, the indigenous gene is the strongest gene on the planet. So it's still going to be prominent. So when it comes down to everything that has been done, there's a lot of foul play that has been done to us as a people. We got all this Christianity, we got all these churches, and yet our own people, we still glorify drama, gossip, violence. I can keep going on. We don't even know ourselves. We don't even know our own language of which we came from. We can say, yeah, we got this in our blood. We got this in our... You don't even know a lick of that language. Why? Because we were kept away from it. So the same thing that they used as an excuse or as a right, because they used the Bible to justify what they were doing to us in slavery. So how is it that you feel as though whatever the slave master's religion is, is the best thing for you. What? What? That's cool. A lot of us, a lot of melanated, carbonated beings in this current day and time, we have blood that is of the Europeans because of what they because when they interacted with us, they had sex. Some of it was consensually, and a lot of it was not. You know what I'm saying? So that may come from that. It may come from it. But we know that the things that we are naturally loving beings. We forgave everybody for any hardship that we've ever went through, and we forgave them for it. So naturally, there is no reason that we should be indulging in violence and all this extra shit, because we are the most loving species or species of humans on the planet. Facts. So why is it that, and here's another thing that I just realized. How is it that you, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm doing a video right now. I had to talk to you a little later. All right. So look, yeah, man. Shit, hey, look, I ain't no rich. I ain't the richest. You know what I'm saying? None of that. You feel me? I'm just trying to get by like everybody else. You feel me? I'm just trying to get better and progress. That's like everybody else. Don't judge me. You feel me? I'm not about to waste my car battery. But anyway, so how is it that most of the celebrities, even the rappers, and here's my biggest issue, even the rappers, you always see them with a cross on their neck. You see them with a cross on their neck. Why is it that you see them with a cross on their neck, but yet these dudes be talking about killing everything? These niggas be talking about wiping the whole block. You feel me? Like, what? And then be having the nerve to say, I want to thank God on their award shows. Like, what? So you want to thank God for you wiping a whole bunch of niggas down, you know what I'm saying? Or even putting that out there for niggas who really bout that shit. And I'm not even trying to really call them niggas, but at the end of the day, nigga mean ignorant. It really come from Niji. That's what we called each other, us indigenous beings, but we're not even gonna go that far right now. Right now, I'm talking about the ones who really bout that, because they not trying to be no artists who mainstream or whatever, because at the end of the day, they know that they got things that they not trying to expose. And you don't have no privacy being mainstream and all that shit. Because so many people is infatuated and obsessed with your ass, they'll go through so many links just to find out everything and all of your business. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, you could have had that background before you make it or before you've made it. But these celebrities, they know the truth and they still perpetuate that concept. Why? Because we know that concept is what has kept people from looking elsewhere. It tells you right there in the Bible, don't look here, don't look there, don't seek this, don't seek that. When ultimately, the same shit is trying to keep you away from, because restrictions, that's a lot of restrictions. What did they also do in slavery? Have a lot of restrictions. You couldn't read, you couldn't do all this extra shit. Why is that? Because eventually you was going to connect back into your nature. You was going to connect back into where you originally came from, or what y'all originally did before you had got even involved with any of their shit. Us as carbonated beings, it seems as though it's a lot of poverty. But yet, if we're not at the top, and if a lot of melanated beings like to look at white people as if they are above them, far as their power or their influence, or with their like their all of their capabilities, they have more resources. Why is that? I mean, I'm not mad at white people. I don't have nothing against them. But at the end of the day, I don't have nothing against them personally, because you know what I'm saying? I know the truth. I understand they're not responsible for what their forefathers did, but at the end of the day, whatever ran through their forefathers' blood, they still pick up those tendencies every now and then. It's natural. I understand what natural and what nature does. What natural will, what I mean, what it would do. So anyway, I'm gonna stop going in on the Christianity right now. Even when it comes to Muslim and all of that shit, it's like, okay, why are they so violent? But yet they have connectivity to God. So God is violent? So wait a minute. So if violent is negativity, because wars are negative, that's not peace. I understand you have to have one, and you can't have one without the other. You know what I mean? Negativity and positivity, you have to have both. But it's about the cause. What usually do it seems as though they are warring about beliefs. That sounds like the other head of the same coin. If it's about beliefs, no wonder why they get along so well. Exactly. Exactly. Now, if you in a religion, if you so powerful, why the hell would you care about what somebody else believe? Why would you need so many people to believe in what you believe in, or else you feel as though they're not deemed worthy of life? Because ultimately, people who tell lies, or people who know that whatever it is not of righteousness, they will go through so many lengths to try to be or portray themselves as such. That's just like a liar, or somebody who's just false, and you know what I'm saying? False prophets. Prophets are the idols that we have today. Like shit, celebrities. That's false prophets. It ain't nobody on here preaching about what's going on in the world and none of that. It's celebrities. Those are false prophets, because they don't give you no substance, but yet motherfuckers worship they ass. They'll do any and everything just like these people, but yet these people, they shit, they halfway don't even like these people. Support, man. Support is real. What you support is what you also agree with. So ultimately, if you agree with these things, then that means you are taking on the energy of being in unison with the ideas and concepts of these things. Now, for a lot of people, they may not agree with everything, but they agree with some things. And it's always going to be a little bit of truth in fiction. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, a lot of people don't want to think at all. They don't want to think about nothing. They believe anything that they get told, and especially if it comes from somebody who is credible, or somebody who is they hold near dear to their heart. But just because you have love for somebody, don't mean that they weren't guided in the wrong way from someone else. You have to find things for yourself. And I remember out of that scripture, it said, if thine eye be single, one will inherit the kingdom of heaven. If thine eye be single. Now, that means a lot of different things to me. Because that means, one, we got two eyes. If thine eye be single, how can you just turn a blind eye? It's not turn a blind eye. It's the eye that you have here. If thine eye be single. Most people want their eye to be calcified by all of the shit that they put into their body that's going to do so. They don't care. Most people don't even want to pick up a damn book. We got electronics and shit now, so it's like, a library getting bare. You feel me? Now, okay, cool. Books are philosophies that other people had to write, and you're picking up, their thoughts and ideas. However, books also contain history, and books also contain facts. Facts. We write stuff down because we don't want to forget it. A lot of the shit that we feel as though we need to write down, human nature, we write it down because we deem it important. It is important that we remember this. That's the reason why we have shit on the walls. Because these paper can be destroyed, but bricks, now, that's a challenge. Bricks, rock, shit like that, that's a challenge. You feel me? So, we feel as though this is important. How is it that even shit that that was made by us, it get ignored because our own people don't want to believe it? They want to believe some shit that was wrote down in a book that was created by Jews, they don't seem to support us. They seem to like to make money off of us, but they do not support us. No, the fuck they don't. So if it's something that Jews also have a hand in and have a belief in, and not only do they have a belief in, but they seem to sit in the most beneficial state of repercussions that come from being into this faith. Why is it that we feel as though we need to ignore our own ancestors' messages because of a book that is shared with a group of beings that are not like us? Told us so. Why we feel as though we should ignore what they said and listen to what these people saying? We think, now they want you to think that civilization was doing things wrong and that you should come out of those civilization and come out of those ways because these ways were they were just wrong in some type of sense. In some type of sense. But how? How is it that they were wrong when back in those times, ancient Kemet, we were the model or role model of the whole fucking world. We created the concept of God. We responsible for that shit. And here's another thing. Catholic, I'm gonna tell you to do this. Since you want to be against that shit, if you want to be against that shit, this for the ones who definitely want to be against that shit. Okay, look, check this, right? I just want you to look up something right quick. Look up, why does the Catholic Church, or the Vatican, is which they want to call it, why do they have artifacts underneath the Vatican of ancient Egypt or ancient Kemet? Why do they have our shit in their possession? Who the fuck told them that they can touch our shit? Who the fuck told them that they can disturb our ancestors that's dead laying in them coffins? We the one got a genetic connection to them. Nobody told them that they can do that shit to us. You don't see us raiding motherfucking Rome and digging up they goddamn dead people, do you? Taking they shit and bringing it back, do you? thieves. But that's what y'all like, though. Because motherfuckers love to be in the energy of theft. Take your girl, do this. Taking something that don't belong with you. Don't belong to you. Rob a nigga, do this. Taking something that don't belong to you. But this is the type of shit that the labels, which we already know Jews have big connections with these labels, that the labels like to sign. The labels like to perpetuate this type of energy in the music constantly in our mind for all of the masses to listen to. Come on, man. Come on, man. Can't you see what the fuck they doing, man? This shit is bigger than just faith. You can have faith in your goddamn self. But you can definitely have faith that there is a higher power, yes. But for it to be in a certain structure that you feel as though you have to listen to, or else you're going to go to a place that you never seen, anything that you can think of exists. It does. But you also create the reality with your mind. So if you think that that's where you could go, that's probably where you're going to go. Because fear is really what got everybody in the whole, oh, I don't want to do this because I don't want to go to hell. You don't want to go to hell because your ass scared. You's a scary ass motherfucker. I'm just going to keep it a bean. I ain't scared of shit. Yes, I don't want certain things to happen because that's unpleasant. And I feel as though it may be unnecessary, or it may, you know what I'm saying? It's just for, it's the purpose. But because I want to expand my mind or get different points of views, I'm supposed to face consequences for that shit? Man, hell no. If anything, if it's here and man has been granted with knowledge, I want to know so that I can differentiate by my damn self of what it is that is right and what it is that is wrong according to my heart. They take love out of the whole equation. There's really no love going on. And those who try to perpetuate any type of love in this world, you see them go through a lot of persecution. Chris Brown. Shit. I would say Jacquees, but he seemed to be a little like on some player shit too. Really, shit, Donald Jones, it's a whole bunch of people. Shit, even Danny Lay. Or I apologize if I'm saying that shit wrong. But at the end of the day, it's so many other ones. These just the ones that's modern that I can think of. It's so many other ones that y'all can name. But at the end of the day, is what I'm saying is, it seems like they go through trials that seems harsh enough. We really don't be knowing what the fuck they go through. But they know it's heavy. It's heavy enough for them to take breaks in the public's eye. You feel what I'm saying? Those with a good heart, we know that they get abused a lot. Why? Because the world is filled with darkness. How the fuck can the world be filled with darkness when most of the people still believe in these concepts? They got all these religions, and how the fuck the world still in darkness? Obviously something is wrong. This shit is giving a crazy spirit, for real. I'm passionate about my people, man. It's too many that are lost. It's too many who don't know, and it's too many who don't want to. It says, my people perish through lack of knowledge. Not faith, not religion, knowledge. I love y'all. 100. We'll get on this shit another time. Peace.